What was like your biggest struggle before you came into Badass Body Boss?
Yeah, so for me, it wasn't so hard to like just change my body and, get on the wagon and do stuff. But after a while, when you get happy, when you reach a point where you're like, oh, I feel good now, you start to say, yeah, I can, it's okay if I'm not perfect all the time. It's okay if I don't track, if it's okay if I don't measure every time, and you start being a little bit like, it's okay to have dessert. And yeah, so slippery slope, and very slowly, mind you, but over time, you're not looking, you're not measuring, you're just enjoying your new body until you kind of realize at some point it's like, oh, I've let it go too far again. And sometimes it's life circumstance. Like I had a stressful job where it was just taking everything I had to the point like where I wasn't even taking breaks from my desk. It was just so much stress and so much demand. Um, so I understand what happened last time, but yeah, if not fast, it happens slower. And either way, I wake up at some point and go, oh, my back is sore again, and I'm weak again. And I realize that slowly it has all kind of crumbled again. So that's what lit me up about this program is maintenance is a part of the process.
So where are you now? Like, so where were you when you started and where are you now in your journey?
Yeah, so I didn't start from zero. I started my get my body back journey back in October, but I joined Badass Body Boss in July. So I was already on the journey. But I did what my usual thing was, which I don't like eating less. And I actually didn't believe that cutting a little bit of calories was any good, because you would just adapt and then it would just be for nothing. And you'd be stuck eating less calories forever. Like that was my mindset. So I never did that. Instead, I just shifted I started lifting weights, eating more protein. And other than that, I was eating as healthy as I could, but I was never counting or restricting. I might play with fasting to kind of make it so I can have bigger meals sometimes. And that worked to do body transformation. And eventually I would still be weighing the same-ish, but I'd be so much happier, and my body fat percentage measuring with calipers would have improved. So it got me the happiness. But this time, yeah, I said, you know what? I don't want to just get it. I want to keep it. And then, of course, this program opened up all kinds of new levels, like 20% body fat as a goal, which wasn't even a thing for me before. Yeah. So it's gotten me beyond my original journey, and I'm not finished.
And you seem excited about your journey, the rest of your journey too.
Yeah. So you've made me realize that you don't want to do all the goals at once. It's okay to like just focus on let's lose body fat. Let's not worry about the rest. And there's a lot that goes with that. Like you don't have to do as much exercise as you think you do. So a lot of bonuses, right? So yeah, when I saw that the pounds do come off, slowly, very slowly, but that's just the way it is, but steadily with ups and downs, I realized I could actually go for that ultimate goal. I've always wanted to see what it's like at 20%, at athletic, at fitness level. And then the next stage will be like, okay, now let's see if I still want to build back some lean muscle mass. Because now I realize it's not going to get me like a lot of extra calories a day, but I might want to do it to be stronger, to feel better, to look better in certain places. So yeah, that's going to be the second leg. I'll let all that balance out. And then the last leg will be like, now I'm there, now let's keep it.
So that you kind of started answering my next question, which was, what are the top like 1 to 2 things that you learned or that helped you out? And you mentioned that, just do the one thing at a time, focus on what stage you're at. Anything else you wanted to share, learnings wise?
Yeah, so just bursting through that myth I had that if you just decrease your calories a little, your body will simply adapt. And then even if you continue eating that little bit less, nothing more will happen. And that's not true, because physical activity, like just walking your steps, counters against that. And you actually can, for a very long time before getting stuck, just do just that, is only suffer a little bit and get results. Sorry, I still love food, so less food is suffering. It's not that bad. But the other big thing I learned is when we're out there trying to figure out how to lose weight, there's so many programs and so much information. And of course, I'm a person who like, if I learn something and it seems better than anything I'm doing, I want to onboard it. So you are doing all these things and you think you're living, the great life. But the thing that you guys brought into focus is that not all things at all times. Depending on where you are in your journey and what your goal is, you only need to focus on a subset of things. So even beyond one thing at a time to make it easier, just everything has its place, and learning that place just lifts a huge weight, because there's all these things that you feel like you should be doing. No, you shouldn't be doing, and you're okay. It's okay.
Do you have any advice for other people who were in your shoes before?
Yeah, I would say whether you're in my shoes or just shoes where you just want to get it done once and for all, this is your program, because it will cover all of it, whether you're like me or whether you're like some of the, many other people in different places with different conditions and different parts of their journey and different lengths of ways to go. And because it just covers all the angles and puts them in their place, and you can sift through that and go, that's me. And you don't have to do it by yourself, because then you can jump on a coaching session and confirm out the thing that you have figured out that you need to do next at every stage. So, I'm actually looking forward to getting to maintenance, because I think that'll be my actual biggest struggle. But I'm looking forward to that because I know the information is there and the clarity will be there with the coaching calls. I will have the right stuff, and I will evolve into a person that actually can eat the right amount without counting and stressing and feeling deprived. And I'll maintain my body fat percent and my lean mass. Just like, I look forward to that.
Well, thank you so much. It's such a joy. It has been such a joy coaching you and working with you, Sandra. Those were all of my questions. Did you have anything else you wanted to share?
I think I covered everything that was really cool. I might add that just the community that's there, it's not a fluffy community. So I've belonged to a lot of different programs where it comes with a Facebook community and people share stuff, and it's cool and it's cute. But the way that it's set up in this program, where you share a lot of the time is in the subject matter. So you've watched the video and then you go below the video and share. So you share on a very specific topic with a very specific focus. And it's been so wonderful to have other people share where they, what they think their journey is, or what they think their hardest things are. Even as you thought about what your hardest stumbling blocks might be. I think it's a very much more deep and valuable method of sharing. And then you can engage with that person. You can be like, yeah, you give them a heart and you can say that totally resonates with me. And you really feel understood and with people that talk about all the different aspects and all the different struggles. And it's not just a little cheer you on board every day with only the wins being posted.
Yeah.
I think that's been very valuable. It's not a big fluffy community, but it's like more of a deep and meaningful community.